out of experience, because guess what? Technically, we had a cooperation with obviously smart money traders, and we are in a community over a year now, right? And guess what? Every single one of our students moved away from these quote unquote smart money concepts and structure. Literally no one, zero successful students of us trade market structure or smart money. So again, just trust us on this one, because that's literally the case. Of course, you can keep hold on it and say, no, that's not true, and this is da. But again, this will not bring you anywhere. Again, you will have so many different other explanations and reasons of how to trade. So again, just be aware that this smart money hype is not, fortunately not as everyone wants to tell you it is. But again, yes, of course, you can catch a very good trade based on that, but that's more like hit or miss, right? And this is not of how the market works, okay? So let's just go to the next slide of like looking at other people of how they do this. Again, they just obviously, again, if you want to switch the slide cam, again, the good news about that is all these gurus will not tell you that, right? So again, they will just say, no problem, blah, blah, blah. They give you another, now you have to combine with Wyckoff to make it work better. And you have to use 16 combinations of time frames. And only if you have 16 Kochs, only then it's possible. And yes, and you will find one example in 2 years, which it worked. But wow, then you're trading once in 2 years. But what's the point? Again, you'll obviously saw our stuff of how we trade intraday. And of course, there's opportunities literally every couple of minutes. That's not even a joke, depending on how much currency pairs you look at and how much you want to trade and how risky your entries are. So again, not to shit on anyone, not to make anyone upset or mad. It's literally just to open your eyes and hopefully you realize, oh wow, they having a community, a very successful community, and no one of them is trading smart money or structure. So there has to be something to it. Okay. So if you're one of them who trade smart money, that's something you probably have to limit a little bit more. Okay. So let's dig into a few examples though.
Yeah, let's go. So let's get into some examples that they maybe won't show you. So here, what do we have? Well, we have our choch to the downside. So obviously, this is where they enter. Amazing. We get another choch to the downside. So this is what they would call the safe entry. So that's the safe entry.
Literally, that's the literally very high confirmed entry. A Koch after a Koch, and probably even this one was like, some sort of higher time frame Koch as well.
Exactly. And then, then they just get wicked out. And you see how we give another pullback into another choch. So at this point here, maybe we've had...
They say like, no, because it was equal highs, right? So here, right?
Exactly.
And then they're getting another Koch and no.
And then maybe if they don't read it that way and they see this as a bullish choch, they're going to enter here and there you go. Or the more convenient one is where they get choch on both sides. And
that's the best one.
They don't mention the time where it doesn't work. They just mention, this is a hedge. I've hedged the market. The market's trapped. Whatever. This is the point where, and look, even here in this example, it doesn't even tag them in. It just fills the imbalance. But look, we've got choch. So first, we've got choch to the upside. So maybe there's no nice POI in here. So maybe they do avoid this. And then what you've got choch to the downside. And here you've got both this one and this one. So first off, let's say it played from either this one or this one. How do they know which one? They don't. And in this case, both of them get blasted anyway. But then they just go, oh, of course, I've now had a choch to the upside. So of course I should have been buying. And then obviously when this plays out, they conveniently leave off this one here, and they just mention, guys, took this 1 to 30. Maybe they remove volume at 1 to 5 as well, but Who knows?
Yeah, that's the funny thing when if you see then these Instagram gurus in here, they're opening a position here and here, right? And then they just hold both. Like always, this is a sell and this is a buy, and then they just literally don't know. They just gamble, and then obviously if this one plays out, or if this one break even, but they show you this trade.
Yeah,
So, and
exactly.
that's literally what you will see from a lot of
And
these smart money concept traders out there.
And some of them will even have, this position open, and their screenshot
Literally
will be around
screenshot in
here.
the middle. Yes.
Yeah, and they'll say something like "market trapped."
Yeah.
That doesn't exactly scream that they know what they're doing, does it? So let's go over some more examples.
Yeah, exactly.
So here we've just got a simple BOS. So where would our mitigations be? We've got 3. These are all of the ones with imbalance. How do we know which one we pick? Well, if we're trading smart money, we don't. So we just give a go at all 3. So decisional 1, decisional 2, and extreme. Possibly this is the test from your Wyckoff. Maybe. So let us look. So there we go. Confirmed distribution sells. So obviously we are going to sell. So now we're in. That's our limit 1 been tagged. Oof, it's fine. Losses are part of the game. It's probability. Don't worry. This next one, obviously that's the one. Oh, no, it's not. So now we've got the extreme. But don't worry. Obviously the extreme will work. Ooh. So, Now the extreme hasn't been tapped, so we need to buy up to the extreme, of course. Decisional 1 looks good. It's supply to demand shift. So we'll take that as our supply to demand zone. And then we've been tagged in. What do you know? Look, we're going to make back these 2 losses, and then we're going to get into the sell as well. And we're out. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We've still got, it's, we're panicking. We're panicking a little bit. Everyone knows that the 3rd loss after that, you get a real boost and you actually start to read the market correctly. So we were just dipping our toes into the water. So obviously now the extreme for the buy, of course. Now we can be calm. And now we can panic again. Look, we can blame the composite operator for that one.
Yeah, we should have looked for, again, if you go back again, we should have just wait for Wyckoff confirmations here.
Of
right,
course.
that would be the key, but then it was just out of it.
Because the reason is we obviously should have hopped down into the 5 seconds and you would have seen the distribution.
There was a 0.1 pip imbalance.
Yeah, of course. And the distribution there. So we needed to be careful. That was just our bad, of course. I'm sure if you go to one of your mentors with that, they'll let you know that.
Yeah, but the thing is, again, I think we shitted enough on structure. I think everyone gets the point, right?
Yes.
It's not to make fun out of anyone. It's just, again, to make fun out of these gurus which try to literally explain you that this is the way the market works. Yeah. But it's obviously not. And again, they would just never show you these points where it didn't work, or then they literally just say, oh no, it was a valid loss or something like that. Because they literally don't know the reasons. But guess what? Now you're in a very good place where you will have a lot more answers and true facts of what's going on, right? So if you go to next slide, again, just to end this little shit talking a little bit off, the bitter truth about this market structure or like this overall smart money concept is that you probably realize that majority of these marketers, like literally marketers, not even traders, but marketers, try to explain you that market structure in form of like these break of structures and change of characters. That's the way to go, right? Again, they show you with multiple combinations like Wyckoff, higher time frames, nada. But the reality of market structure looks very different, as we showed you just a little bit earlier. And again, these break of structures and change of characters, they are nothing else than a retail way of analyzing the markets as well. But of course, as we said multiple times, it will work at some point. And of course, it looks amazing in hindsight. And of course, it's amazing to look at these Instagram posts where they show you these little cheat sheets and like free whatever confirmations and stuff like that. Yeah, of course. But guess what? Do you really think that's what's going on if all these 500 Instagram gurus like out there show you the same stuff with this change of characters and break of structures? Do you really think that is what's going on? And that's the secret of how the market works? Again, not really, right? The other thing is, and again, that's what you decide you probably never heard before, is that we said it earlier a little bit, we had a cooperation with one of those smart money concept providers. And we had also one mentor or whatever, educator, whatever you want to call him, that focused big time on structure. Right? Again, we had even people that focused big time on smart money, but also big time on structure. But guess what? Very, very soon, we realized, obviously we realized before, but of course you wanted to make a cooperation, but then we realized very soon that this is not good. This is not good, and this confuses people more than that helps them, right? And after literally a year, we couldn't do it. And again, now we realized that also everyone, again, of our students who sees very good success goes on our recommendation and says, don't use market structure and don't use like the smart money concepts. And out of a sudden, that's where the huge change came from. And again, now every successful student we have, they don't look at market structure. They don't look at Wyckoff. They don't look at whatever supply demand flips and shit like that. Again, that's not what we trade. Again, we liquidity traders, cycle traders. And again, we cannot be surprised of what's going on. We cannot guess. The last thing you should always do is guess. Oh, I have 3 POIs. I just guess this is the one I'm taking. Or, oh no, this is this push. It led to the high. It has to work like this. No. Again, we will show you a lot of different concepts of what's going on. And again, it's definitely not based on market structure, but of course, there is just one way we can use it for confirmations, and then it's okay. Then we can do it. And again, that's only one way to do it. Okay, but for now, get rid technically of this market structure overall, and you will see it will definitely help you. And also get rid of the smart money concepts overall. It will help you in the long run, and focus solely on liquidity inducement cycles. That is where the huge aha moment will come, and you will see how clean it actually can be, right? And not guessing anymore, right? And of course, we get rid of this disturbance of this other stuff and bring clarity with the liquidity and the cycles, okay? So if you go to the next slide, what we do with this break of structures and costs for now, we only will use structure breaks or change of characters in one way. First of all, you throw it in the trash, and again, we put it like in a more simpler way after we got other confluences, and then only then we will look for some sort of confirmations with some sort of break of structures. Again, we never will use Kochs ever again. You will not have us speak about it after this, right? So Kochs are gone. Again, we will only use it for other confirmations, and we just call it a break of structure. Okay, so we stick kind of to a break of structure, but only, and if you want to go to next slide, Cam, again, the only time you look for a break of structure will be after either an inducement or a higher time for mitigation. So let's say, again, our cycle plays in line. Of course, we will show you exactly what these cycles will be. If you have an inducement, after an inducement, we have some sort of break of structure. Again, this push led to the high. Then, and only then, we can get something out of a break of structure. Or again, if we have some, again, not as everyone else does it, but in very specific forms, where the daily cycle lines in here, we have some other confirmations. This is also a higher time frame confirmation. And then, higher time frame mitigation. Then, again, only then if the market cycle lines, we're having a break of structure, same scenario. Okay, but that's it. That's literally the way we use a break of structure. That's it. It looks very simple, but you will see why it's like literally 50 times more efficient than looking at 17 points of interest and every point possible and don't know what point to pick and what point not to pick. Again, this will make your life much, much easier. Okay, so let's dig into a few examples.